So as we take a look at after timeout situations for the Pistons, the first thing I want to look at is player-specific sets. And so like this first one here for Isaiah Livers, he's going to be involved in a lot of these, but we got a little exchange here, reverse, and then you're going to get the flare screen on the weak side. So you see Hami come in here, supposed to screen for DeRozan, and we're going to get the flare for an Isaiah Livers 3. We didn't really get a good screen on that. DeRozan's able to jump it. So I thought it was interesting there. A couple different times we saw sets being ran for Isaiah Livers. This one is going to be using Isaiah Livers in his shooting. This is something you'll see a little bit with the Pistons. They're going to set a screen, and then Bagley's going to slip this to the rim, and then they're going to get the lob for Marvin Bagley. So Isaiah Livers, Marvin Bagley, Cade Cunningham, obviously those guys getting their numbers called in some just specific actions to get something for them. Here we see a little bit of a flex action, which is something the Pistons use, and then into a screen down with a dribble handoff. So this one's for Killian Hayes. So we're going to see a pin down from Livers, handoff from Isaiah Stewart, and you're going to get Killian Hayes going to his left hand. Now here is what I want to highlight the issue sometimes with Bagley and Stewart playing together. Neither guy is a three-point spacer, so Bagley's guy is able to help off on Killian Hayes' drive here, and it just jumbles up the lane a little bit. You would love to see Bagley being the roll guy, but then you have Stewart out at the three-point line. But I like the action there, getting Killian Hayes going to his left hand. And then against the Bulls, they did a couple different actions to get Cade Cunningham post-ups. This is just a simple backdoor into a post-up. So you're trying to get the defender sprinting to the lane like he's going to get backdoored, and then Cade's going to stop and post up, and you see he's able to get the ball here in the mid-post against ATO, and he's actually able to draw a foul on this one. Here, he's just going to cut through, and it's going to look like they run this action a lot where actually Kelly would reverse it, and then they run the flex action. But on this one, Cade just going to cut through, immediately post up. They get it into him. He go over his left shoulder to the little baby hook, something he really likes to do. So there's just a few actions for player specific, getting them the ball in situations. Now we're going to look at the actions that I remember from last year. Here's just a ball reversal into a ball screen. So pretty simple stuff. The next clip is going to show you the whole thing, but I wanted to show kind of the different options and the progression. So obviously you have the roll man there between Cade Cunningham and Bagley. I will say a lot of stuff out of timeout seemed to get Bagley as the roll guy, but this is how it starts. So point guard, handoff. On the weak side, now we're getting another handoff and then a reversal, and then the big who's been hanging out the elbow is going to come up and set a ball screen. So again, not super crazy action. You do get to change sides of the floor, and then you see the progression. Weak side help, so you skip it to the corner. Sadiq Bey makes a nice play. This is actually from a sideline out of bounds, but it's going to be the same thing. Handoff, handoff. Now you see how, okay, here's the counter to it. Celtics get up and deny it. They see it coming. So they throw it to Marvin Bagley, and it turns into an action the Pistons run a lot again, which is the pin down into a dribble handoff. So Cade pins down, Marvin Bagley handoff to Corey Joseph. They get the switch. He's not able to make it. Here it is one more time. So reverse, reverse. Now Corey Joseph's going to attack. And now here's the extra action that I didn't see last year, which is now KO is going to go screen for Cade Cunningham and try to get Cade Cunningham coming to the ball for a three, or here like a drive and kick. So nice little added action there at the end of that. Here's another one from last year. So you're going to get the screen down. If you guys remember a Sekou breakdown from last year, I highlighted this as long as Ku Cahill. Here Isaiah Livers, this is a ghost screen, so he's going to ghost it. And then you also get the corner pin down over here. So this has just been a staple in the time I've been covering the Pistons from Dwayne Casey's offense, as you see Livers knock it down. Here's a different view of it. So you have the Sadiq Bey screen down for Grant. Grant's going to ghost it. Here's the corner pin down. And then again, now we see some added action. So it's none of that's there. Corey's going to pass to KO. Now we're going to get the screen into the DHO. The problem is Jeremy Grant really loves to do this. He loves to stop. Like, this is a momentum play. Like, get it going downhill. He doesn't necessarily want to go to his left. Now he ends up getting downhill still and getting to the lane, but that's not exactly what that action's supposed to look like. Now some new ones. So here the first one is just going to be a flare screen into a ball screen. On this one, the Hawks don't defend it well, so Killian Hayes is able to catch and get a shot off and knock it down. Great execution, taking what the defense gives you. Here it is all the way through. So here you see the flare screen, trying to get Bagley's guy to help on Kojo, so he's not there on the ball screen. The Celtics just switch it all, but get a little bit confused on a scram switch, and they get Bagley at the rim. And then the very last one here. So you're going to get a down screen into a ghost and a ball screen. So Bagley screen down for Pickett. He's going to ghost right into a ball screen for Bagley. You kind of clear out the weak side if Pickett can hold his defender, and you get the lob right there from Kojo to Bagley. You see it again here. Bagley's going to screen for Grant. So Grant is going to ghost this one. Bagley's going to set it. You got to hope you can hold the defenders on the strong side, and then here you put this defender in a tough spot. He helps a little bit, so you get the pass to Grant in the corner. He's going to get a decent look at it, not able to knock it down. One more here. Jeremy ghosts. Bagley. So this one I'm a little confused by. I don't know exactly why Killian Hayes cuts. I don't know if they're trying to pull Livers' defender and get him a shot in the corner. This was actually earlier than the previous two, but it's the same action. But you can see then if that doesn't happen, Killian Hayes' man stays in the lane and kind of jams things up. So I'm a little unsure why the cut there. Killian Hayes is a high basketball IQ guy, so I don't think he probably messed it up. Maybe they were trying to get that shot from Isaiah Livers.